Alright guys, Richard here with eBike Reviews and Adventures. In case you missed part one of this video, Toby and I were out for a nice little ride and we ventured off someplace we hadn't been before, and we ended up right here on this dead-end sidewalk. So we're going to get spin around right here. I'm going to go up here through the grass because, well, this Magicycle Deer 20 has the power to get us where we want to go. So we're going to zip around. Go back again. Got someone fishing over here to our right behind the tree. Yeah. Alright, so I don't know where we're headed. We'll figure it out. No, well, I have an idea where I'm at, but yeah, never been over here before, so we'll figure it out. We're going to get on this road right here. So part one of the video, we just came from our right. We took this little path. We were just going down the sidewalk, and the sidewalk ended up over here, and so now we're going to go someplace else. So we're going to cut through here. Hey guys, we're going to cut right through here behind you. Alright. Hey, Toby didn't bark at him this time. So now we're on some little country back road. Yeah. Little farms. Looks like the road to the left is a dead end, so no need to go that way. Got some cows lying down in the shade. Alright, so there's the sidewalk that we just came down. Kind of strange little route it took us on. We'll just stay on the street. Speed hump ahead. And we got speed humps. We got speed bumps. We've got speed tables. Have you ever seen that one? Some places they call them a table. Like, what? I don't know. The types of things that keep us guessing, I suppose. You never know what to expect from one place to another. Alright. So I'm just cruising along at a nice little 15 miles per hour, but I tell you what, it feels like I should be going much faster. I feel like I've got someplace to go and I just want to just ramp this thing up and take off, but I really have no place to go. I've got nothing planned, so let's sit back and enjoy the ride. I wish Mrs. Adventure was with me today. She hasn't been out for a little while, but mostly because we were experiencing that 115 degree heat index, and at night, even though the sun starts going down and you know, just the temperature doesn't change a whole lot. The only difference at night is you don't have the sun beating on you. You still have really hot temperatures and you've got high humidity, and just she doesn't do too well in those kind of conditions, so she stays indoors. But now that the weather's getting nicer, I'm hoping she's going to start joining me. Who knows, maybe later today she'll join me. Alright. So, sidewalk in, we're going to jump over here, get on this one. So, my neighbor Tom, you've heard me talk about him. He's the one that bought the Zora Massa cargo bike. He's been riding it all over the place, and he told me he came down here. I was just speaking to him 2 days ago, and he mentioned coming down here. And he said, oh, I don't know why they built the sidewalk like this. It's such a problem. And he was just pitching a fit because he didn't like this little section that's coming up here. But that's because Tom is legally blind, and it's hard for him to see on the sides. It's hard for him to judge he can't judge distance, so he has no depth perception or anything. So when he gets into narrow places or places with a lot of turns, tight turns or something, it's a problem for him. So I listened to him get upset for a few minutes, but then I reminded him that some of us, well, we enjoy little paths like this. And he kind of laughed it off and said, yeah, he understood. So, but I completely understand where he was coming from too. Can't imagine, being in a situation like that where, you're legally blind. Is the guy going to stop? Yeah, he decided to stop. Whether you're legally blind or you have other disabilities, I know a lot of you folks do have them. And, we just do the best we can, right? We all have our issues. Just adapt and don't give up, and just keep doing the best you can. All right, so we've got, well, we're going to go anyway. Darn bicycles. There's enough room for both of us. We'll just have to stop. Give them a chance to get through here. Hello. That's a cool color on that bike.
Thank you.
Pretty, isn't
Hi.
it?
Yes, it is. That was I don't know what you'd call it. It's that was a light purple though. I mean, maybe like a lilac, I guess. Kind of cool. Kind of different. Mrs. Adventure's favorite color is purple. Anytime she gets a chance to buy something that's purple, she does, What? Me? Yeah, not so much. I'm more of a traditionalist. Just, I don't know. It's just how it is. So anyway, this is what Tom was talking about. He does not like it because, they built this path, but they had to zigzag around all these light poles that they put up through here. I'm guessing the light poles were here first, right? So I'm not sure why they would do that. I mean, it's fun. Makes the ride a little interesting. How you doing back there, buddy? What are you doing? You start doing that nonsense, I'm gonna have to get you a shorter leash. So Toby Tots back there. Toby Tots is a nickname we give him. He's got a lot of nicknames, right? I mean, you guys have pets. Some of you have pets. You probably have lots of nicknames for your critters too. Let me stop right here real quick and show you what he's doing. In fact, if I stop, he's likely to jump out. He did that yesterday for the first time ever, where I stopped and he jumped out. I'm not sure what he's doing. He's just all comfy there, kind of hanging out, enjoying the sunshine and dangling over the edge. And you having a good time there, buddy? Huh? You having a good time? Yeah. No. Stay. Good boy. Oh, he must have knew he was on camera. He never obeys. All right. It's funny how people act differently when there's an audience. I guess it's the same for critters. I try to be the same person, on camera, off camera. Yeah, that's a subject for another video, another channel maybe. How much social media has changed our lives and caused people to be so much more outspoken because they're brave behind the keyboard. See all kinds of nonsense they wouldn't say to a person's face. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. So this has been a nice ride. I'm enjoying this a whole lot. I'm wondering. I'm thinking, what time is it? It is 10:04. Go home, maybe charge up the battery a little bit. Maybe I'll grab a different bike. And maybe go out to lunch. Nope, not the sandwich shop. I know what you were thinking. Nope. I suspect it being a holiday today, they're closed. So we're not going to make that venture. Otherwise, it'd be a fifth failed attempt trying to make it to that little sandwich shop with you guys. Yeah, so I don't know. I might just go somewhere else. Seems like a good day for a ride to go to lunch. Destination lunch. Yeah, I was thinking about creating a group ride for my riding group, doing something a little different like that. Typically, we all meet at a location and then we just go ride together. But I thought about finding a place that I can call like a destination lunch, and then have everybody start from wherever they want to start, and then we just meet at the lunch spot. Hello. So I think that would be fun. Hello. All right. Not too friendly. So anyway, yeah, so my Facebook group, we haven't done anything for a couple of months now, just because of, well, when it feels like you're riding on the surface of the sun, it's just not too pleasant, whether you're by yourself, and certainly not too pleasant when you got a group of people. I don't know, maybe it makes the day go a little bit better when you share it with friends, share your pain with others, right? But anyway, so it's time to get that started again, and thinking about my group rides that I'm going to start setting up again. Got some new members, got a few people that left, a few people that came and joined our group, so we're at like just under 100 members. And typically when we go for a ride, there's only 5 or 10 or so that show up on any one particular ride, which is perfect because I really don't want a group ride bigger than that, because that's pretty easy to manage, and when you're going places or you need to stop to rest or you need to stop for lunch or something. There's a group in Tampa, Florida, and they have, I don't know what their membership count is, but it's like 700 or 800 or something. But when they do group rides, their group rides are 40, 50 people. And it's like, yeah, I'm not real interested in that. Not interested in that at all. And that doesn't even remotely sound like fun, right? It's just like a herd going down the street. It gets dangerous when you're need to cross roads and get to different places and stuff, and I've heard that group is rather dangerous in how they do things. I mean, they're trying to keep everyone safe, I guess, because they have road guards that go out into the street and stop traffic to allow everyone to cross the street. And so I understand the concept, I understand what they're trying to do, because it's safer to try to keep everyone together and than having a bunch of people trying to cross a busy street. I get that, but they're not traffic control, and I've heard incidents from some of the group members that they just get flat out dangerous sometimes, and some of the actions that they've taken, and so not interested. No thanks. So I will be participating in a group ride that could be a little bigger, and the only reason I'm doing it is, one, I thought, it'll be fun. You know what? I know what we're going to do. We're going to turn around. We're going to turn around, take that road back there. There's no curb, so I'm just going to cut through the grass. No one coming. All right, get up here on the sidewalk. All right, so anyway, Miss Go Electric. I started following her channel when she had, I think, about less than 1,000 subscribers. Now, I don't know, I think she's got 10,000 or something. She's growing. I started following her late last summer or something. And she's got a good channel, and she goes out and does bike reviews. It's really anything electric. So she does bike reviews, and she does electric vehicles and different things, and she travels a lot. And I'm not sure, wonder how all that works for her. I'm sure it's all corporate sponsored or something, but she travels a lot and goes to different places, and she attends all kinds of expos and events and things. And Toby, Shush. The dog is on the other side of the road and he's back here barking. Let's see if we can squeeze past him here. Can I squeeze past you? That's okay, thank you. He might bark. Wearing headphones, couldn't hear me. So anyway, Miss Go Electric, she partnered with Aventon, and or Aventon, depends on how you want to pronounce it. And so she's been doing these group rides around the country, and they've done, I don't know, 4, maybe 5 or something so far. And they're coming here. And so they're going to be downtown doing a group ride. I believe it's the end of this month, sometime coming up soon. And so I'll participate in that. I figured, why not? You know, go down there and get a chance to shoot some good video and be a larger group of people. And some of the people that I know from my group will go and going to meet at a bike shop and just go for a little spin. And of course, it's sponsored by Aventon, and they give a bike away at the end of the ride. And so a couple of her events that she's had, honestly, it didn't look like there was many people there. Yeah, just there didn't seem to be a good showing at all. But oh my goodness, is that an alligator? It is, and it looks like a big alligator. Oh, it is. Okay, I'm going to show you guys an alligator. But anyway, it looks like some of her events just aren't well attended. And when I say that, I'm talking like maybe 20 people or something. So, I don't know, you'd think if Aventon is paying her to travel around the country and go to several of these, doing these group rides, promoting the Aventon brand, that they do a little more promoting and maybe get some more interest. But maybe people just don't want a group ride. Maybe they don't want a chance to win a free bike. Whew. Right, so we got to be careful over here. So that is a big gator over there. I got Toby here, so be careful with him so we don't get too close to the water. So I'm going to get up over here just in front of this guy. And what I'll probably do is, oh my goodness, my camera phone is a lot better, so I'm going to take some video with that, and then I'll share it with you because I can zoom in with this a little bit better. Make sure there's nothing up here along the bank right here. Oh, he's going to go down. Don't go down there, buddy. Ah! I spooked him. Just as I turned on the camera, he went under. Wow, that guy was massive. That was one of the bigger ones I've seen in these lakes. A massive, I'm saying, 8 to 10 feet. They get much bigger than that, but just not real. What's the word I'm looking for? Not real popular, but just, it's rare. You don't see them out in neighborhood, lakes and ponds and things like this. Not the big ones anyway. Oh my goodness, I guess he's not going to come back up for us. He was huge. So we've got and they, these guys, they migrate. He might be here for a month or two and then he move on someplace else. So the lake that we have in our neighborhood, we've got one bigger lake, kind of like this one, that I ride around all the time. It's in the center of the neighborhood. When we first moved there were no alligators for the first couple of years. And then we had one move in, but he was only about 3 feet long. So he's pretty small. And he was acting pretty strange toward me and other people when we were out in the backyard and stuff, so we had to have him relocated. And then it was, 6 months or something, and then another one showed up, and he was there for a while, and then he moved on and disappeared. So they do that periodically. But we've got one in there now that I've heard is pretty big. He's like, 7 feet or something. but I haven't seen him. I've seen him once at a distance, and I only saw his head because that's typically all you see when he's in the water. Toby, stop. They're birds, buddy. But anyway, so yeah, alligators. Kind of goes along with the alligator video I showed you. Or was that on the other video? Or was that part 1? I don't remember. That may have been part 1 where I showed you the alligator video. So, if you missed it, go look at part 1. I'm just out here rambling. Okay, Toby's gonna have a fit. Because there's 2 more dogs over here. He's gonna bark. Yep, there he goes. He's barking. Couldn't. Woo! Tried to get away from me because he likes to bark a lot. Come on, buddy. What happened, huh? What happened there? You all right? He's okay. It wasn't like I hit a curb. He must have, like, I think he jumped towards you. When, yeah. Oh, he dove out? Yes. Okay, I'll close that window then. Come on, get in there. Get in there. Come on. Yeah, let's put this leash back on you. Oh, we had a Toby incident. And if you dove out, buddy, we're going to keep this closed. Because we're not going to play that business. Hey, thank you. What's that? Oh, you didn't. He doesn't get along with dogs. He just, I don't know. We've tried to introduce him to other dogs, and he just doesn't like other dogs.
Well, mine's the same way. I mean, some dogs, they just troublemakers by nature.
I suppose that's what it is, maybe. Thank you. I appreciate it. Have a good day. Woo. Hey, guys. Don't know how much you caught of that, but we had a Toby incident. So apparently Toby tried to jump out the front here. So yesterday was the first time when we were out there for a ride, we stopped. And while I was talking about something on the Magicycle Deer here, he hopped out and just laid down on the sidewalk. And I thought, well, that's strange. He's never done that before. Well, he got used to it. And apparently, he just tried to exit the trailer to go after those 2 little dogs because he can be aggressive towards other animals, and I don't understand it. We've tried and tried to get him to get comfortable with some of the dogs in the neighborhood, and he just won't do it. So, yeah. So I don't know what you caught on camera there, but he tried to dive out, and he flipped the trailer over right in the middle of my turn because I was already turning, and so the weight was probably shifting a little to the right, and then he decided he was going to try to go out the window. And oh my goodness, he flipped it. So I'm wondering if he learned his lesson. Don't know. Well, this turned out to be an eventful ride, huh? Yeah. Craziness. So we're taking Toby home. And then I'm going to probably go back out and do some more riding, but yeah, I'm pretty disappointed in that. Pretty disappointed. But thankfully he was leashed up, so he didn't charge after anyone. And whew. Yeah, well, that's enough. I'm going to have to end this video here. So, hey, if you thought this video was eventful, give me a like. Help spread this video far and wide. That helps the channel to grow. I'll see you guys in the next one.